Hi everybody. I know this video is going up late because I've had a busy day and I'm actually getting a haircut tomorrow because it's imperative that I do so by next Saturday, and also that I don't skip a workout by next Saturday, and I have to pick out an assortment of clothes and drive to Manhattan for the first time in years to do something I haven't done in years. Use your intuition. What have I been drugged back into after over 15 years? Anybody got a guess? Never mind. But I did want to get this video done, and now I finally have time to do it. It's a rare event because this is a video that doesn't just apply to INFJs. It really applies to, well, all introverts. So all of you that aren't INFJs, stay and pay attention as long as you're introverted. And welcome everybody who's new to the channel, and thank you for subscribing. Feel free to comment and challenge me if you disagree with me. Like the videos if they help, and if they really help, there's links to send a tip in the about section, which everybody should read anyway because it's just a masterpiece. But I wanted to do a video on 10 things that all introverts need, and I got the idea from a picture. I can find a picture and then talk about it for like 15 minutes because I'm long-winded, very detail-oriented, and I repeat myself from time to time. But 10 things all introverts need. So this also makes this an important video for those of you that have a friend or, a significant other or a potential significant other that is an introvert. This is 10 things you got to know. And again, this doesn't just apply to INFJs. Some of it is a few of the points I have mentioned in INFJ videos, but some are more broader. But the one, is pretty INFJ, and that is, respect the introvert's need for privacy and alone time. We need that to recharge. All introverts do, some more than others. But even those introverts that are more extroverted, like INFJs, we are the most extroverted of the introverts. We can seem almost extroverted until the battery runs out, and then we need to recharge. And you got to be able to understand that because we don't recharge being around people. It's very draining. Yeah. And, while I said this doesn't apply just to INFJs, understand since I'm doing the video, it's going to be from an INFJ's perspective because that's what I am, and it's quite obvious. I'm very INFJ. Anyway, number 2 is be careful to never embarrass the introvert in public. So being, in a very public place, not like just, the two of you out on a date. I mean, like being around a bunch of people. It's already draining for the introvert. We can handle it for a time, as I said, but especially if we're around a bunch of people, like we don't really know, if an introverted guy is dating an extroverted girl and he's meeting her friends or her family, it ain't the time to bust balls. It's already nerve-wracking enough because it already feels like an interrogation. Already feels like an interrogation by a bunch of. I remember years ago when I was more introverted, I was dating this Canadian girl, and I was meeting her close friends, and one of them was a straight up like Royal Canadian Mounted Police. It's like, oh, not only am I being interrogated by 4 of her friends, one of them's a trained interrogator, and here I am, an 18-year-old introvert. It's like, oh yes, oh this is going to be a blast. It was great once her and I got along fine, just the 2 of us. I survived the interrogation, but quite nerve-wracking. Also, the same girl who left me for the NHL player. So maybe not the right person was interrogated, but yes, don't embarrass us in public. You can bust balls all you want when we're around people we're comfortable with, but when it's around people we don't know or people we don't like or people we don't want to know stuff about us, you gotta be aware of that. Might set us off, especially INFJs. The rage might come. Oh, the rage, the fury, the dragon fire. Number 3, when we get in a new situation, allow us to stand back and watch what's going on. So there's going to be some situations, especially public, where we don't want to jump right in. We're going to have to observe, use our intuition, see how we want to handle it, plan our exit and our potential Irish goodbye if it goes south. We can't just jump right in to a new environment, to a new group of people, and, take right to it. It's hard. It's like, avoid that person. I think I can talk to this one, and ooh, definitely steer clear of that. And I don't like the way that one's looking at me. And who, she might jump me. Yeah, things like that. Got to be aware. We're gonna do that. Number 4, uh, allow us to take time and process things, and don't demand that we answer right away. So this is especially true for INFJs. If we're in a situation where we meet new people and we do open up and we do talk, you can't ask an introvert, like, what do they think of these people 2 minutes into it? Because we got to process the information. And INFJs in particular have to overthink it and run it through our intuition. And we'll give you a very detailed and very honest answer that you may or may not like, but nonetheless, it will be true. Listen hard to our intuition, for you will see it come to its fruition. Anybody know what song that's from? It's a good one. It's from the 80s. Bonus points if you get it. Number 5, be patient when an introvert is opening up. Be patient with us while we put our thoughts together and find the right words, and don't interrupt us. So, we try to think about things before we say them. And again, particularly INFJs, disconnect from here to here about getting the right words out. It always sounds perfect in our head, but it doesn't always come out perfect. And we may feel comfortable enough to open up, but if you cut us off and jump in, we're going to shut down, because we're already being pushed to the max to open up to the point that we were. And, if people are going to interrupt us and not let us talk, then we're just not going to talk. We can just, be there silently. That's nothing to us. That's easy. Child's play. Do it on our head, but that draws attention, which we don't want. Number 6, if you're going to change or cancel plans, let us know in advance. Introverts in general are planners. We plan how to prepare to be social and how to set time aside alone to recover from it. And certain things we have to do in order to be around a bunch of people and have it be tolerable. So you can't shoot from the hip with an introvert, especially if you're expecting that introvert to be social and be around a bunch of new people. Nerve-wracking enough. Gotta let us have our prep time and not mess with that. 8, if you're going to jump down our throat and correct us or tell us we say, like, how dare you say that to so and so, they're so big shot and important, you're not going to win that fight with us, because 1, we hate double standards, and 2, we hate that cliquey high school bullshit. All right, I stopped myself. Rant was coming. But if you're going to jump down our throats for that, do it in private, because if you do it publicly, we're just going to explode and call everybody out, and that could be bad for you. But everything we're going to say is true, and people are going to be pissed off, because it's like, I see right through you, and now everybody else knows, and I don't care about what you think of me, but your whole life's based around what people think of you, and now I just smashed it to pieces because you're a two-faced scumbag. Not that I've done that. So 8 is allow us time to practice and perfect our skills alone. In other words, like how to be social, how to interact with people, what we want to say, things we may or may not want to talk about. Let us decide that. You don't drag us out somewhere and then spill information about the introvert for the introvert. We don't like that. We decide what people get to know about us, not you, because you might say something we don't want to talk about. I've been there. A lot of ex-girlfriends did that to me. Usually about my time as a model. I had to talk about it all the time, especially in college. And then I got attention from a bunch of horny sorority girls that I didn't want attention from. Yeah. So, number 9. This one's long, so I gotta read it. Don't force us to hang around with a crowd of people or expect us to be friendly with a lot of your friends right away. A few good friends are more comfortable for us. In other words, if you have a big circle of friends, introduce us to the ones that you're actually friends with, like not your large circle of acquaintances, your casual friends, the ones you make small talk with, because we don't like that. If you expect us to meet your friends, meet the ones that you actually have us meet the ones that you actually talk about real shit to. Because if they like you and know you like we do, then we might like them. But the ones that you're all like fakey, frenemy, oh, this person's such a big shot, I have to be nice to them, but they're scum. It's like, no, better keep us away. Or we'll just tell them what we really think. Say the things that you're afraid to say. Because we're not afraid. Because we don't care. And finally, the most obvious one is no matter what, do not try to turn an introvert into an extrovert. You can't do it. It's not possible. It's none of this, well, if I just keep pushing them and get them to come out of their shell, then they'll be, quote, normal and like the rest of us. No, 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 no. Can't do it. Can't turn an introvert into an extrovert. And no amount of drugs and booze will do it either, because, man, people tried with me. But no, it just doesn't happen. So there is 10 things you need to know to care for your introvert, or 10 things you need to know about introverts. So I hope it was enlightening for people that are wanting to get to know an introvert and how to best handle that situation. Please like and subscribe and comment below. And remember, trust your intuition. If you think an introvert's had enough, they probably had enough. And you're not going to get an introvert to sell out their integrity just to please a bunch of people you don't really like that much. So thank you for watching to the end. And, go to the About section and send a tip if you want, because that always brings a smile to my face to see that people care enough to throw a $5 my way. It makes me feel like I'm a little professional, which I'm not, but it makes me feel that anyway.